Great. I must be there. So if you could let me know if you can see me, that would be really wonderful. So I can see if you're actually hearing me all right or if my recording levels are okay. I just need to work out how to actually see the comments. Oh, beautiful. Julia is on. Oh, hello, Jules. So good to see you. I was working with Jules yesterday. It was such a beautiful day. It's fantastic. Well, welcome. And I think we are ready to go. Might just wait for a few more people to come on. So, while I am waiting, I will just bring in some sound, I feel. And we'll just see how that goes. So we're just taking a few deep breaths to just bring yourself into your presence. Great, thanks, Jules. Just bringing all parts of you back in today. Today we're going to, I'm Mish from the Dolphin Star Temple and also from Evolvers One in Melbourne, Australia. And today I'm doing a session on, it's a 4-part session. So the very first one was on the physical body. So if you go back through our videos, you can have a look at that first video on the physical body. And today I'm going to be working with the emotional body. And as I was tuning in to just have a feel about what is it about the emotional body that we'll be looking at, is I'm going to talk to you about how emotions get trapped in the body and how to also balance the body and release emotion, which I feel is really important at this time at the moment. We've had a full moon here at the moment in Australia. I'm in Melbourne, Victoria, and it's been the energy's been pretty full on for a lot of people. And the emotions have been running high. So I felt like it was a really great time to do this second part of the series and look at the emotional body. Before we actually get into all of that, I would love for you to just come into your breath and let's just set some space before we have a chat. And so, hi, Kelly. How are you? Was the sound a bit intense? Oh yeah, maybe I'll turn my volume down on my sound so it's not too loud. We'll see how that goes. Just let me know, ladies, if that sound is too high, particularly for the singing bowl, because I am going to bring some sound in today. So just let me know if... Oh, the moon. Yeah, of course. The moon was very intense. Yeah, and it still is intense. It's still going through its session where it is getting intense. I was thinking you were talking about my singing bowl. Don't you love that? Yeah, you're right. It's been a very, very intense moon. And yeah, a lot of stuff is surfacing and some deep fears are coming up and a lot of emotion is coming up as well. So I really noticed that coming through in this last couple of days. It's been heightened for my kids and myself. Yeah, so I thought it'd be beautiful to work on that today. So now, thanks for the laugh, girls. So now I'm going to get you guys to just come into space with me and just do some breathing. Let's just get into our own self. Let's call all parts of us back into this one moment. So just coming into alignment with self and just saying to yourself as you're breathing in, be here, all parts of me, right here, right now. Just breathing out again and just saying, be here, all parts of me, right here, right now. Really breathing in deeply, allowing that air and oxygen to get right through your body. And one more time, be here, all parts of me, right here, right now. These beautiful spaces when we come together like this is an excellent opportunity for you to actually take time for yourself. Yeah, it's about your time where you're giving back to you. So let's just clear our auric field with the rainbow flame. Let's bring it in from the very base of our aura and just bringing your point of view down to the very base of your aura. And I'm just going to call in the Lords of the Rainbow Flames to come forth and to place those beautiful rainbow flames underneath our feet and our auric field. And I want you to use your breath and just draw them in, right up in through your body, into all your chakras and into your physical body with your breath. I really want you to sigh that release out like, ah. And drawing more flames to come up and to fill your auric field. Ah, so nice to just take a breath in and just release all the tension from the week. And I want you to hold the intention that that rainbow flame is cleansing and clearing your field. And as you breathe more colours in, just allow that rainbow flame to cleanse the auric field, and just be aware of where your aura comes to. Like, is it at the arm's length? It would be good to pull it into arm's length right now. Just pulling it into arm's length, and then, or pushing it out if you find that you've been really emotional or things have been intense, your aura might be in close to you. So just push that aura out with your intention. You can use your visuals as well. Just pushing it out till it's arm's length around your body, above your head and below your feet. And for those of you who know Palladian light work, you can change your roses and bring in your higher self, just allowing it to connect into all parts of you. And for those of you who don't, I would like you to invite your higher self, so you can repeat after me. I call my higher self of the light to come forth and connect with me now. And you might see a vision of your higher self just like you, but in your divinity, to come forward. And if you just place your hands out or up and just connect your hands with your higher self and just breathe in that beautiful higher self energy as if it's like air that you're breathing in, to come and fill your body. And I just want you to repeat after me. I ask my higher self to embody me as much as possible at this time. And just breathing in and allowing that beautiful energy to just fill your body space. If it's coming up your arms, into your chest, into your heart, coming up into your head, just relaxing your eyes, your forehead, your cheeks, and your jaw. And just allow your jaw to drop open just a little bit so it is comfortable and it's not holding itself up. Allowing that beautiful energy, the higher self energy now, to integrate through the cells, through the brain, down through your spinal cord, and down through your chest, and your rib cage, and your heart, coming down through all the organs. This beautiful, divine, nurturing, loving energy. As it comes down from your torso into your hips, and just allowing that beautiful, divine, nurturing, unconditional love to just permeate through all the cells and the muscles. Through all the genitals, down into the legs, through the knees, down the calf muscles, and into the feet, and into each of the toes, even feeling the small chakras in the toes and the fingers in your hands. And then you can repeat after me again. We're going to just ask the higher self to remain here now. So, my divine higher self, remain here now until I do this again. So we're asking the higher self to stay connected with us, so we can have the insight in our direction, the nurturing in our heart, the speaking of our truth with ease and grace, holding more self-worth and self-love, being anchored in our physical bodies and being here now. And while you're enjoying that beautiful, divine, loving energy from your high self, I'm going to call in the Dolphin Star Temple High Council of the Light to come forth and to bring with you the 27 diamond crystalline pillars of light from the planes of light, to anchor around each and every one of us and everyone doing this meditation, and to set this beautiful divine temple space for us today of the highest divine truth and wisdom, divine unconditional love and harmony, divine compassion and balance, divine grace and ease, divine clarity and transmutation and transformation, and divine peace and joy. Divine trust in self. Anything that is not seeking these energies must leave now. So be it, and so it is. And I welcome in the Pleiades, emissaries of the light, to put up the interdimensional cones of light above and below each one of us. Above and below these temple spaces and the surrounding areas for each and every person, connecting us all to the one temple. I welcome and invite the Syrian archangelic leagues of the light to bring the evolutionary cones of light above and below our body, aura and holograms, the house and properties of where we are and the surrounding areas, this temple space. And I welcome the Andronomans, the archangelic leagues of the light, to come forth and put up the intergalactic cones of light above and below each person, their beautiful space of where they are, their house and property, and the surrounding areas. Let's see who's coming in. So I can feel Metatron is coming in. Welcome, Metatron. So great to have you here. Kuan Yin. Oh, I feel Amora Kuan Yin is coming in today. Welcome, Amora. I feel Lord Buddha coming in. Welcome. And Liara from the Pleiades. Welcome. And Anra. Welcome. Lady Portia, welcome. Archangel Michael and the Legions of Light, Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, Jesus Christ, beautiful. Oh, I have the Aboriginal elders who are here, the custodians of this land, welcome. And the Cherokee Indian tribes, or elders of those tribes, are also here. Welcome. There are a few tribal members coming in, actually. I can feel some African tribal members coming in, so I'll just welcome you in. And Dwal Kul, an archangel, welcome. And Raphael and Gabriel, welcome. I also welcome the animal kingdom and the nature spirits and the ancient elders of the trees and their root systems into earth. And you can ground yourself by anchoring down into earth with your own root system going down, or you can ground yourself for men at the base chakra and women at the sacral chakra, that's just underneath the belly button. And you can just take off your old grounding cord if you have one. And if you're placing a new one on, just see that cord attached to that chakra. If you're male at the base, it's just where the perineum is. And for female, it's at the sacral chakra, just underneath the belly button. And you can imagine that beautiful divine cord that comes out in front of you or down below you and going down, 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 spiraling down into the center of the earth. And just use your intention here that attaches to the Earth Star crystal, the Goddess Gaia energy. And just allowing for some beautiful energy to come up from the Goddess Gaia. I feel that she has some nurturing energy that she wants to share with you, just as we want to share, our loving thoughts with her, and in great gratitude for her holding this planet together for us. So just take a moment of gratitude for Mother Earth and what she provides for us. Just thanking her for the food and the oxygen, the array of colours, the beauty in the surroundings of her earthly skin, the terrains that we see, and the vast amounts of microorganisms and beautiful beings that are also sharing and inhabiting this planet with us. And then I'll just ask Archangel Michael to seal this space now. While you're doing that, to seal the space with your sword of truth and to cut through all illusions so we may only see truth. and Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene to pour sacred waters in and throughout these Dolphin Star Temple spaces for us today to make them sacred and a place of higher learning. Thank you. So while you're just in that space, being present with yourself, I'm just going to tune in to have a listen to what the information that's coming in about our emotional bodies. So I'm feeling the expression of emotion that is held in our bodies and also expressed out verbally or creatively in our lives. And emotion can really throw us out of our physical bodies. It can anchor us into our physical bodies. It can cause upheaval in our lives. And also some of the greatest lovers in our life can be emotional as well. But today I specifically want to work with the emotions that get trapped in the body. So last time we worked on the physical body and having a look at the physical ailments. And we're just going to dive a little bit deeper today into the emotional body, because the emotional body holds pockets of energy or emotion in different areas. It can lock it into places in our muscles, into our bones, into our cells, into lots of different areas in our body. And sometimes we have experiences through life where we're not necessarily aware that we're locking emotion in. And it can come up in a physical expression. And when we work with the physical body and we start to get help with our physical body, especially through beautiful modalities, or alternative therapies of massage and osteopaths and naturopaths, many different ways that we can actually work with our bodies. Walking, gentle exercise. Often we can have a reoccurring issue that comes back into the same place in our body, or it might move and be located in another place, but it can show up as physical illness when we're holding emotion that is distressing or difficult for us or challenging for us to deal with. And I have had many different types of emotion trapped in my own body, and I really want to teach you today on how to actually access that emotion and how to release that emotion from the body. And it takes just not too long, but it just takes time to actually quieten yourselves like you have now, which is fantastic. We're really present with where we are in this body, in this place, sitting in the seat where you are. And we would like to go in and show you a process on how you can actually find where emotions may be trapped in your body and how you can actually release them. There are many different scales of emotion. There is quite a vast variety of vibrations in our emotional scale. So we have the top of the list is, joy and enlightenment. It's like love. Can be ecstatic. And then as you move down that list, we can go to happy and optimistic. And then as we go down further, and there's many, many more varieties of emotions in between the ones that I'm going to mention to you today. But there are many more layers that take us all the way down into depression and despair, isolation. And all of these emotions, when we don't take time to acknowledge the emotion that we're actually experiencing, particularly when we're in disharmony with ourselves, we can carry that emotion in our body, and it can affect a lot of things in our life. It can affect our perception on the way things are happening. It can affect our experiences that we have. It can change the dynamics of things and energy in our field, so we have different experiences. And so I really would love to go in today and just concentrate or maybe work on one emotion. It doesn't have to be a large emotion or you know, a hard emotion to deal with, but I would really like to find one emotion today that may be sitting in the body, and you can choose that emotion yourself. Like it's whatever emotion you feel that will come up for you. Actually, I just need to listen to this because they're really wanting to share this information here. So I'm just seeing a vision. So I'll just have a look at what this looks like. Oh yeah, I see that there. Okay. Oh yeah, so they're expressing that each one of you have like quite a few different variety of emotions, that everybody might be just slightly on different levels of the scale. And so we'll make it definitely that you actually find the emotion that works for you. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to, I'll just set up that ultraviolet light around everyone. Yeah, thanks, guys. I'll get you to just tune in now to your breath again. And I would love to take you into a meditation where we're going to scan the body, and we're then going to go in to actually become very aware of any places in our body where we have a trapped emotion. So we're just going to ask for one today, and you can do this meditation again and again to if you want to explore more in your own body. So I'm just going to ask you to feel or sense into one, and we're going to also see if we can see where that is placed in the body. So we're going to go through and scan the body, find that emotion, and then I'm going to step you through a process which is going to be told to me while we're in this, on how we're going to actually work with releasing that emotion. So if you take a couple of deep breaths and just bring your awareness just into your heart. And just breathing a few long deep breaths there. And then I want you to bring your focus down to your feet. And down at your feet, I feel that Metatron is coming in with a disc. It's like a disc that can move through objects. So you may see this like a record or a flat disc. And so I want you to, if you could, receive this gift. And it's okay if you actually start to see things or you're attaching to an emotion now that you have in your body. If you have jumped ahead there, just stay with that emotion and just stay in that point in your body. But otherwise, I want you to receive this disc, just place it down at your feet, and this disc will start spinning. And as it starts spinning, it gives it the ability to start moving through the body. So this disc is going to stop where there is an emotion that is trapped. So I want you to allow that disc to start moving through your feet and up through your body. And just ask that disc to stop where there is an emotion that can be released from the area of the body today. So I'll just give you a minute to go through your body and to allow that disc to scan the body and to point out where that emotion might be trapped. It might be in your knee or your hip. It could be in an organ or your intestines, in your lungs, your heart, or your brain. It could be in your shoulders. So I'll just leave you there to just scan your body and tune into an emotion, or to allow that disc to show you where it is. We're looking for a negative emotion, one that needs to be released from the body. So just hold your intention there. When you find this emotion, I want you to just let the disc move through and move out of the body. We'll come back to that later, but I want you to now focus and tune in on that emotion. If you don't have an emotion to tune in on, just bring an awareness of an emotion that comes up for you in daily life or at different times when things are challenging. It might be anger that's hard to express or deal with, that you might want to avoid, or it might be sadness. So when we identify with this emotion, or when you find that emotion, often the emotion has a meaning and it wants to be acknowledged, particularly if it is being trapped. So I want you to tune into that emotion now and just acknowledge that it exists there. So for me, I am feeling there is something trapped in my neck there, and it feels like a strain or a pressure. It feels like it's hard work. Yeah, it feels tired to me. I feel like there is something that's holding a seeping of energy in this area for myself. And the emotion is frustration that's coming up with it. So I'm going to tune into frustration and I'm going to acknowledge the frustration. And so then I'm going to expand that frustration or that emotion that you're feeling. I want you to go into that part of the body and acknowledge that it's there. So that would sound like I am holding frustration in my neck or in my vertebrae. I'm holding fear in my gut or my intestines. So I just want you to acknowledge the existence of that emotion first. And then I want you to feel into it. Just feel into that emotion. We're not going to stay in there long. So just feel into it. So I'm going to feel into frustration. I can feel the frustration rising as I'm tuning into it. I'm just going to make it bigger than where it is. I'm going to expand it out, and I'm going to expand frustration into my head. I'm just going to hold the space for frustration to be present in my body. So this may feel uncomfortable for a few of you, and if it gets too uncomfortable, just expand it to where you can hold that feeling and just acknowledge it being there. And if you can, expand it out a little bit further, because we're just bringing it out of that trapped place and we're allowing it to open up and we're allowing it to become fuller so we can acknowledge that emotion. Often our emotions aren't acknowledged. So just repeating to yourself, I feel, and just name the emotion. It might be I feel unworthy, or I feel frustrated, or I feel angry. And allow yourself to sit in that feeling for a moment. And just see if anything else comes up, any other information about that. You may find that you might cry. You might cry, or you might have tears come up. And that's good if you do. You might be able to witness this emotion without having tears come up, and that's good too. Like, there is no right or wrong here. We're just wanting to bring that emotion up, acknowledge it, and then we're going to release it. So as you expand it out and feel it, and acknowledge it, just thank that emotion. Thank you for showing me that you are held in this place in my body. I feel you. And then when you feel ready to release this emotion, I want you to bring the disc back down to your feet that you used to find the emotion. And just intend that it starts to spin. And as it starts spinning, it starts to shift in color and turns into gold. And as it is spinning in the gold, see it slowly start to arise through your body. And I want you to hold the intention now that you would like to collect any other emotions like this one, of the same vibration, that could be trapped or stuck in your body in any other places. And allow that disc to start moving up your body, collecting any of the vibration of the emotion that was trapped. And as the disc moves through the body, it will collect those emotions, or those vibrationary waves of emotion trapped in the body, and it will take it all the way up to the crown chakra and out the top. So using your breath and breathing deeply, allow that disc to collect all of that emotion and take it all the way up to the top of the crown releasing and using your breath. Allowing yourself to release that emotion out of the body. Letting it go. As it completely is removed from the top of the crown. And allow it to be taken up the tubes of light, the cones of light above your head, to be transmuted at the planes of light for you. And just want you to say an affirmation that's coming in now. And I'll say it first so you can hear it, and then we'll repeat it together. I am a divine being of light. I have the ability to release trapped emotions from my body. So you can say it with me if you like, or on your own. I am a divine being of light. I have the ability to release trapped emotions from my body. I am a divine being of light. I have the ability to release trapped emotions from my body. And one more time. I am a divine being of light. I have the ability to release trapped emotions from my body. So be it. And so it is. So just allowing yourself to remember that you actually have the ability to go in and feel your emotion and to expand it large, to acknowledge that it is in existence there. And if you do this process again, you might like to spend a little more time in that emotion and just feel it. It is just about acknowledging the existence of it. And when you acknowledge the existence of the emotion, it then has an ability to detach and can be released. It's not always a knowingness of why emotion is there. Often we find ourselves in emotion and not understanding how we get there. We will want to attach to the emotion many stories of what possibly made it happen and how it came about. There may be experiences that you had that also brought it on. But when we have an emotion to something, or a reaction that brings us an emotional reaction, it generally comes from something in the past where we've had many reactions of emotion around that particular emotion. So, for example, with my frustration, I experienced frustration as a child, as people didn't understand me. And then I experienced frustration in the workforce, and then frustration in relationships, and then frustration in friendships. But that frustration, when it began as a child, got momentum. And as it got momentum, it picked up more frustration along the way, and more and more and more. So when having a reaction now with frustration, it is not just the frustration that I'm experiencing in the moment. Sometimes it can be built up over your life, that emotion, and the reaction can be more intense at this point in your life if you haven't acknowledged that emotion before, or acknowledged the circumstances of what brought that emotion into play. So emotion is energy in motion, and it gets momentum in our lives. It gets momentum in our bodies. When we take time to sit still and tune in to that emotion, many insights and awarenesses can come up. If I asked you about the emotion that you found today, when did you first experience that emotion? Or if I asked you a time that you experienced that emotion, was there a time before that? And then I would keep asking that question, was there a time before that? And was there a time before that? And in finding those points of emotion can sometimes collapse the reaction of that emotion. And when it does that, just as we've removed part of the emotion today, but when you collapse the pathway of that emotion that has gained all the energy along that pathway and those experiences, then you no longer need to be in the reaction of it. And that is truly a beautiful divine gift. And one that you can easily find yourself. It requires time and a quiet mind and curiosity. The curiosity to find, what did make me feel like that? And have I felt that before? And was there a time before that? There will be a moment in all of that where you will have an aha moment. One where you truly understand where it started from. Because each and every emotion after that was getting momentum. We have really enjoyed talking with you today. And working with you with emotion. So just coming back to your body now for a moment and just breathing deeply into your heart. And just asking that beautiful divine highest self light to fill that space of where your emotion was. Fill the space of where you removed it out with divine unconditional love. Divine nurturing. Just allowing that space to be filled with the beautiful essence of who you are, the divine unconditional love, the acknowledgement that you can heal yourself, and that you are a divine being of light, truly grand and large in this universe. And take a moment of gratitude of who you are. Thank yourself for taking the time today to just give back to you. Through just sitting in this meditation today, creates more alignment within your system. It allows you to take a breath and a break and just be you. So when you're ready, after your self-acknowledgement, just say to yourself, I love you. To yourself. I acknowledge the I am that I am. And I acknowledge that that is grand. And then just taking a few long, slow, deep breaths again, just bringing your awareness into your body, becoming familiar with the feeling of the chair, or if you're lying down the bed or the floor underneath you. Just starting to move your toes and your hands. Just bringing the awareness back into the physical body now. And coming back into opening your eyes. And taking a moment. Feels so good. I can feel you guys. It feels so good. Just to come back into the present moment and have an awesome day, or what's left of your day, or if you're starting your day, just like have a fantastic day and enjoy who you are. And thank you for joining me. You know that the Palladian light work that we do is such beautiful work, and the Dolphin Star Temple is doing such an amazing job with having so many different practitioners online that you can do meditations and healings with. So yeah, please check it all out, and yeah, just go and be awesome today. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Mila. Thanks, Kelly. Thanks, Jules. Mwah. Big love to all of you out there and for all the other people who come in and watch this later. Thank you.